Daniel Blair and his Main Event Moto podcast, part of the Racer X podcast network. First, a word from some sponsors. Air Medcare Network. What if you're hospitalized with an injury far from home? You'd want to recover close to family and friends, and with an Air Medcare Network Fly You Home membership, you'll have control of where you're treated. You'll be transported to your local hospital of choice with no out-of-pocket cost, and you can now save $10 with the offer code 10MOTO. That's 10MOTO. Visit airmedcarenetwork.com/RacerX offer 1. That's the number 1 to get that $10 off your membership. Essentially, it allows you, if you get injured at a race and you're not close to home, you can get flown back to where you live so you can work out of a hospital that's local, which is a lot more convenient for family and friends. Also by Maxxis Tires. You already know that Maxxis delivers the best tires for your bike, but did you know that Maxxis also offers high-quality tires for your car, light truck, trailer, ATV, mountain bike, and much, much more? Maxxis Tires will let you hook up, pull the whole shot, and beat your competition in any terrain or conditions. Just ask the king, Jeremy McGrath. To learn more, go to Maxxis, MAXXIS.com. And this podcast is sponsored by ETS Racing Fuels. With unmatched consistency and performance, ETS powers some of the most winning teams in motocross and supercross. You already know the riders and the team, but you probably don't know the fuel. Why? Because champions don't give away their secrets. But now with ETS's new online ordering system, you can have ETS Racing Fuel delivered right to your door, your shop, or the racetrack. So it's easier than ever to get ETS's championship-winning performance in your tank, whether you're racing 2 strokes or 4 strokes, 2 wheels or 4 wheels. Go to ETSRacingFuels.com and you will have your own winning secret to keep. ETS Racing Fuels, the most winning fuel you've never heard of. And now, on with the show.
You're listening to the Main Event Moto podcast.
Ooh-wee. It's time for episode 152 of Main Event Moto. Huge shout out to Fly Racing, Mika Metals, No Toil, EMT Racing, Viral Moto, and Ole Me Creations. Producer Joe, what's up?
What up?
Long time, brother. I missed you.
It feels like it's been years.
It's been 2 weeks, man.
Crazy.
It's been 2 long weeks without you. Last week's show, mixed reviews.
Yeah.
Some positives, some negatives.
More positive than negative.
I had one negative review comment that said, "Why even do one? Don't even do a show." And I'm like,
jeez,
man, I tried hard.
That's some serious negativity.
I really
right
tried
there.
hard. Like
Yeah.
the circumstances were what they were last week. I was in Glendale.
Why even listen?
Oh,
Bounce.
true. But
Beat
no,
it.
it was unfortunate that we couldn't do the regular show. It was, and now I'll give you a little warning. It's
Did
not
the best we could.
It's not the only time this is going to happen. We probably
Yeah.
have 2 more that are probably going to end up like that.
You and I
this year.
just were discussing that this week. What are we going to do for those other 2 races? And
Yeah.
it'll probably be similar to Glendale.
Similar and better. Like, it was a first go.
Sure,
I
yeah.
winged it. I thought it was fun. The riders, they played ball. They were all about
Daddy,
it.
you could get no better.
Thank you. I gave it my all. When I got that comment, I honestly, my feelings were hurt, man. It's like, dude, I gave you everything I had.
People, man.
I want to give a huge shout out also to motosport.com, All-American Chevy of Killeen, Screen Printing Done, Guts Racing, Scott USA, and DRS Suspension with Race Tech. DRS Suspension was there today at Oakland Futures, where I was with my son, Evan. He's having a rough start to 2020, Joe. Rough start. As in, pretty much dead last place starts all the time. This clutch thing seems to be difficult out of the gate.
Just not getting the hang of it?
We did about 30 practice starts the week before Glendale, and I didn't know that they were going off the grate now, the metal grates. I just didn't know, forgot. I don't know. I just blanked. So we did like 30 starts in the dirt, and the kid was ripping starts. And then we get to Glendale, and it didn't work off the grate. So we had to adjust, and then this week, try to just bad. But he rode hard today.
You got him a grate?
We're gonna get one built.
Yeah.
My buddy John's building me one. So yeah, we're for real. We gotta step it. Oh my gosh, we're watching the race back. Blake Baggett just gave Tomac an elbow. There's so much to talk about this week. This was
Oakland,
one of the
baby.
better ones, man. I honestly, and when I saw the track for Race Day Live and I'm watching practice qualifying, I'm going, oh boy, it's a lot of 90s. It's easy. Like this is a recipe for not good. And from 250 heat 1 on, it was just good. It was great. It was a great night all the way from top to bottom.
All these men were feeling themselves. They were spicy.
They were. Ferrandis opened the door to aggressive riding, and we'll get into a lot.
We just watched Anderson nosedive,
which was weird. I think he was getting cross jumped and just didn't have a choice. Maybe I don't know what that was. But yeah, a lot of fun stuff to talk about. We got Lucas Myrtle coming on. He is I don't know if he's the Ari Gold or the Jerry Maguire of agents. We'll find out when he gets on the phone. I ask him, but he's the agent for a lot of riders. And he wants to come on the show. I think he wants to argue with me about Jet Lawrence because that's his guy. And I think that this is a setup. I'm not sure. We'll probably get into that a little bit. Also, a couple things I wanted to go over though before we get him on the phone. It's me, Joe. I'm the problem. I'm the problem in 2020.
I agree.
These interviews, it's just me. I don't know if it's just because I'm the TV coach. He told me you got to bond with the riders before you get them on. Talk to them a little bit, warm them up, get a little convo, loosen them up. That way the answers are better. I don't know what it is, but these guys just, they look at my face and they think, man, I think this guy wants to hear everything I have to say about everything today. And Justin Cooper, he's been one-upping himself. He's been breaking his own record every week. And then this week, record broken.
Maybe it's an inside joke with them. They know what they're doing. They're like, let's see which one of us can go the longest.
Faulkner went, he's still talking. He's still in the podium right now talking. Where's Daniel the cameras
That's what I do. I would be like, I'm going to get as much camera time as I possibly can. I'm going to make them say, shut up, we have to go to a commercial.
Dude, I'm going
to make Daniel pull the mic away from me.
I was ready to reach in and pinch him and be like, dude, we got to go.
Don't you know how this works? Thank the sponsors and shut up.
Yeah, thank your sponsor. Read the list off the pit board. We got to go. But yeah, Faulkner broke the record, Joe.
I'm here for it, though. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to have these. Oh, Barsha, poor guy. I'll give you a little insight on that, too. It's pretty funny what happened. Barsha's bike grenaded.
Yeah.
And I had to go down and actually go up. I was going to the pits back and forth a bunch, just getting reports. Had one from Cooper, had one from him. And then he wanted to get down for the LCQ while they were still fixing the bike. So I'm in the mule driving. Hop in, buddy. I just drove him down. Me and him were just cruising through the pits, talking. What's up, man? How are you? And he's just all good, dude. Track's good. He was positive, happy.
Wasn't feeling stressed at all?
No, and he was pissed right then, obviously. But he said it is what it is. And
he knew he was going to do work in the LCQ.
He knew he was going to get a dub.
Just handled it.
But, it's still nerve-wracking wondering if your bike's going to show up.
Yeah, that would be the nerve-wracking part for sure. Did your arm go to sleep holding that mic up?
With Faulkner?
Yeah.
It was getting there, and I did the same thing again, man.
Arm pump
halfway through, I started thinking, how much of my face is in the shot? Is it just nose? We got the cheek in this time? A little double chin sneaking in? Because I got a little doubly.
Are you already thinking to yourself, God, I wonder how many memes this is going to
I actually did. Motoheads, you guys, I want you to know I thought of you straight up. When this was going down, about halfway through, and I could tell he was revamping for another round of thought, I was like, yep, I know what you're all thinking, and I know what you're all going to say. And then as soon as the races are over, I look at the DMs, dude, and it's just hammering him. And it's like, guys, if we want to have a joke and have fun, just keep it. Don't tag him and them and don't do that. Don't do that. Just keep it here, man. Because the last thing I need is that guy being like, bro, your stupid fan base needs to lay off. But anyways, no, you guys are funny, and you knew it. I knew it. We knew what was going down.
Yeah.
And Justin Cooper, he went for the record breaker last week, and Austin Faulkner said, "Hold my beer,
hold my beer,
dude. Watch this one." I thought it was good. Quickly before we get Lucas Myrtle on, you still happy with your Cooper Webb pick for the title?
Yeah, I am.
5 in?
Yeah, I'm still happy. I mean, that little pass he pulled at the last second gave me hope.
Okay.
He's still in the hunt.
I kind of pushed him on that a little bit in his podium interview, and I actually talked to the truck. I said, "Can I get a 2-part question with him?" And they said, "Yeah, try to keep it tight," because I wanted to get his thoughts on the move on the last lap, and then I also wanted to get his outlook on the championship. And and he said he needed to turn things around. He was way more aggressive this week. Still a little off in the beginning of the race, but You could see in that second half of the race, he was coming. He wanted, and whether he was going to get Ken or not, I think he wanted more for Mirtl. Just I got back to them,
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden on the last lap, he's like, "Whoa, Ken's right there." Like, okay.
Well, he made up a lot of time, and from my uneducated, ignorant rookie opinion, he looked better in the whoops to me.
He did. In fact, early in the main, he was blitzing the right side, staying out of the rut, and I don't know if he did that the rest of the time. I wasn't zeroing in on his whoop speed and choice throughout, but he had a little bit of that spunk back, and he's not in that bad of a spot. He's within 20 points, and we are talking about two guys that have had a tendency to blow it, and neither one of them have really blown it yet. I mean, Eli and Ken had a rough round 1, 6-7. Since then, they've been great. They haven't had a really bad one yet.
Give it time.
All it takes is one from each, and Cooper's like within single digits, and he's figuring things out before you go east, and I think once we go east, he's going to be more of a problem than he's been. And
just stick to that Dungy method, Coop. You'll be fine.
Yeah, so, I'm still happy with my pick. Kenny, he kind of fell apart there at the end of that one, but
barely. I mean,
he fought. I mean, dude, Eli was better. Remember how I said last week? Remember how I said last week? Kenny was just better, and the week before, Eli was just better. And these guys keep one-upping. It was Eli's turn. Don't be surprised if Kenny one-ups next week. These two are just stepping up, and Cooper's starting to catch back up onto them. And I mean, give it a couple more weeks, and we'll really know. But I think these three have separated a little bit, even though the points doesn't show that Webb is really separated, but he's attaching himself to these two in their freight train, straight up. And yeah, I'm still happy with my Roxon pick for the championship.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that one.
Nick's got to be happy with Eli too. This is the best spot he's been in a long time.
He's such a weirdo though. He's actually not happy with it because he wants the dumbass trophy.
I know he does.
He wants the dumbass trophy more than he wants Tomac to win.
He didn't know that there was an actual dumbass trophy being made, and then we got it, and there's a bass. Does that bass not have a head?
No, it has a head.
I just can't see from this angle.
It's a largemouth, open mouth.
Oh, there's
bass.
a largemouth, open mouth bass on a trophy, and it said, what's the plaque say?
The plaque says Dumbass Bass Award, awarded for worst predictions 2020 Supercross.
And Vincent's in the running right now. He had Cincerello for the title. I still feel a win's coming. I'm losing hope more and more as we get through more and more rounds.
I think we'll see at least one.
Well, Vincent had him for the title, so Vincent's looking like he's going to get a trophy. He can put it right up there on his mantle, next to his golf ribbons that he's getting next year when he starts playing in tournaments. But anyways, all right, let's get Lucas Myrtle on the phone, have some fun with him, and we'll do listener questions later in the show. And yeah, we'll have a good one.
Main event moto.
There's a reason I run DRS suspension and Race Tech hard parts with Mirtl's chains, bars, and sprockets on Evans 65. First off, DRS suspension settings work everywhere. I haven't changed a clicker since I put them on. Maybe it's the internals from Race Tech that give it that extra something.
American-made products with a 100% guarantee. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, the DRS Race Tech combo works for me. And what can I say about Mika?
First off, they've been with us since the beginning.
The quality of their bars is top of the line, and Mika is the only chain and sprocket combo I run. Motoheads, get with the program. It's DRS suspension, Race Tech, Mika Metals.
Say it again.
It's DRS suspension, Race Tech, Mika Metals. Is that good, Joe?
Yeah.
I love when NorCal companies take the world by storm. Guts Racing seat covers and no-toil filters are made right here at home, but their products travel the country and world on some of the baddest dudes' bikes in pro racing.
Who runs Guts?
Too many factory teams to list, Joe.
Who runs No Toil?
Well, it's the only filter Chad Reed will run. Guts and No Toil make only the best. So visit gutsracing.com and notoil.com and step up your game, Motoheads.
Look good? Check. Protection? Check.
Fly Racing has had the gear game on lock for years, but the Formula helmet has taken Fly to another level. They didn't just make a high-quality helmet, they redefined the standard for the most important piece of safety equipment on a rider's body.
Use your head and protect your head. Run the Fly Formula helmet.
Then cover the rest of your body in Fly's Evolution and Kinetic gear lines.
Easy decision. Main Event Moto Podcast.
Hey, bud.
Hey, mate.
How you doing, mate?
What are you doing?
Just finishing up here, Super Bowl party.
How many White Claws you drink tonight?
No White Claws.
Real quickly, I got 2 questions before we get into the Oakland Supercross. Number 1, are you more of a Jerry Maguire or an Ari Gold?
Oh, kind of think it's more of an it's kind of tough. It's more of a Lucas Myrtle, but more of a version of Ari.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't seem like much of an asshole to me, though.
Well, we haven't argued yet.
Oh, that's true. All right. Well, that's coming here in about 30 seconds. So, all right. So a little bit of Ari. No Jerry, huh? No.
No, Jerry was. There was too many headlines which took away from the basis of what it took to do the job. I didn't like that movie that much. But Ari was more hustling, where a deal would fall over and then you'd have to pull it together at the last minute.
So you're on that hustle game.
It seems like it lately.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Well, let's argue then. I feel like you won on the podcast. I feel like I'm being set up because you just want to argue about Jet Lawrence with me.
Well, there's nothing to argue.
Dude, you've heard my take. You've heard my thoughts.
Well, lay it on me now. Lay it on me.
I'll do it in 30 seconds. I think he is a special rider. And I think that because his talent is so overwhelming that it's just being pushed too hard too quick. And I think it needs to be a little bit more conservative approach.
Yeah.
And I know, and you.
No. We're about to get into it.
Okay. All right. There it is. Here. All right. Let's hear it.
Is that it for you?
That's just my short version. I mean, you want how long you want to go?
No, for sure. Okay. Where do you want me to put him? Where should I be racing? Should he be getting ready for Texas?
No.
Where should I have him right now?
I think that he should have been on
6-lap amateur events.
Futures, bro. He should have been there today with me, dude. Getting his points.
Now you know that's ridiculous.
No,
So he should be at Futures.
No.
If he won Futures by 20 seconds each lap, they'd be like, "This guy's ready for pro anyway." Like he rode pro the last 3 rounds of outdoors. He was top 10. Like, what are these guys cherry picking? That's
I know.
what we would get.
Okay, my theory has been that you take a 250 young rookie kid, get him their last 3 outdoors in, get a little taste, then you prep for Supercross like you're going to do it, and then right on January 1st, you get ready for Hangtown, and you don't race.
And that was the plan, right?
I know.
That was the entire plan. Like, hey, let's just do a full Supercross preseason with Jet, right? Between his dad, Johnny O'Mara, and the team. Let's just do that, right?
Right.
4 weeks in, he's running pretty good. I'm not going to say he's the fastest on the track, but I'm not going to say he wasn't either. And we're all like, no, calm down, calm down. 6 weeks in, he's like, no, this kid's ready to go.
And then January 1st, well, when did the decision get made then to go, we're going? It's going. It's happening.
Before Australia.
Okay, so early December then.
Yeah, no, that was like early November.
Oh, wow. Okay. So again, that's my thought has always been that talent will tease you, but still he's just a young pup, and dude, Supercross is wild, and I just thought like if instead of racing, just prep and then go get ready for outdoor and then come out and win Hangtown, and then next year he's already got an off season under his belt, and then Supercross is like no biggie.
No, see. For sure, I would think that, but he was ready to go, right?
Yeah.
We knew at 16. We knew there was going to be issues, but I think I was proven right. I think Darren Lawrence was proven right. I think Johnny O'Mara was proven right in the fact of the results. Now, I couldn't have promised you, and I wouldn't have promised anyone that we wouldn't have made 16-year-old mistakes.
Right.
These are mistakes he's only made by learning them.
I agree.
You can go do 25 laps in a row with Justin Brayton, which he was doing, and Christian Craig and Ken Roxon at the test track, and it was perfect. But it's easy to do perfect laps at the test track when you know the corner. You can go wide. There's no one on the inside of you. You don't have to cut down. That's I'm going to say 20% of the game.
Right.
Test tracks is 20% of the game. Racing is a completely different animal.
So the decision was made that on the track he had it figured out, and you wanted him to learn the racing side of it, and the skill was too good. If he was going to be getting swallowed up at 10th place or something like that, then maybe you don't go because then the learning experience would be bad. Is that what you're telling me?
But Daniel, me and you are similar. You would have seen the same thing at the test track, and you would have gone the same way I would have. Trust me. Is it in my interest, or does it go against everything I say, talking to every young family? Hey, let's push these guys forward. No, I'm on the hold them back train, just like you. Like, if we go on the Cantrells, the Folks, the Fry, there's a handful of guys which have been pushed into this thing way early and failed. I am in dead set. I meet with every family. Let's hold back. Jet breaks the norm, right? Like what we were seeing. So if you were at that test track and seeing the time, seeing the consistency, seeing the wheel taps, which you saw on Instagram.
Oh, I saw him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like he was ready. So then we said, let's go to Australia and get some gate drops, right?
Right.
So he went to Australia, competed at a high level. Guys were in a title fight, right? Guys were in a title fight. So at no point did we say to Jet, go into Australia. You need to win. Go for the win. Now, I go in hindsight, if we said to him the win, he would have won all three mains.
Right. If he would have been willing to push full wide open.
Yeah, but essentially, he, hate to say it, he earned money just to show up. We earned nothing from getting hurt there.
Right.
Right?
No, that makes sense.
There was no chips on the board to gain. There was, I thought he put on a great show for the fans there and a lot of fans,
Okay.
So if you saw what we saw, trust me, the whole plan was let's just do an off season. Let's do an off season, see where we're at. Let's go through the process. And we were blown away. Okay.
Well, and I don't deny that that's what was likely being seen because, well, I saw it too. I saw St. Louis and I saw Anaheim too. So it's not like I know what he did to you guys there. So I get it. And I was hearing that too from Brayton and others that were like a little frustrated, like what the hell with this kid.
Yeah,
so
and that's not just me being pumped up. I've had a lot of clients in my time. It's not me being pumped up, but I'm also going to be honest, right? Jet is a generational athlete at that age.
I think so too. But again, I just get worried all the time because the 250 class is such a shit show, man. And he was in the middle of it and it bit him. And I just, my thought is if that's the only...
It was always going to bite him.
I know.
You can't teach him that. You can't teach a guy, hey, you're out front by 12 seconds. You need to back it off a lot. How do you teach that at the test track? You got to live that, Daniel.
I agree.
You got to live it, right?
I just don't want... I just hope that that's the only learning experience that's a negative because Pastrana, Stewart, they had a lot of rough goes early too, and it worked out pretty good, but it didn't work out long. And I think, again, he's a generational rider. And I just man, when you have something like that, I'm overly conservative when I have something great. That's just me.
Yeah, I would be the same way 99% of the times. But again, if you saw what we were seeing at the test track, and we're like,
all right,
man.
All right. Now what about but now I got to throw one more in before we get to Oakland. What are we doing with this 250 East class? We've got Swole, Shimoda, Moreau, Brown. Are those the only four? You got Marchbanks in his second year, but we got a young rookie class on the 250 East going up against Nichols, McElrath, Sexton, J. Mart, Hampshire. 250 East is deep at the top, and then you got a bunch of kids with them.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Be more specific. What do you?
Just with how are they gonna? Are any of these guys gonna break through like that, or are we looking at?
I haven't done enough time with the KTM. I've obviously been out the test track with RJ and Shimoda. Shimoda's looking great.
He makes everything look great though. That kid is. Yeah. In my opinion, he's Christophe Purcell 2.0. At least the way he rides,
cool.
He is God. He's so smooth, weirdly smooth, and looks like he uses zero energy whatsoever.
Yeah. I can't comment on the other guys because I haven't done enough time. I saw Moreau the other day at KTM with the guys, but I guess he was just coming off a hand injury.
Okay.
I think Joe's had a pretty good run at this thing. That as long as if those guys can all say, I've heard Brown's got hurt. I know Moreau's got hurt.
Who's the other one? Who's the other one I'm missing?
Swole,
yeah. I haven't heard anything on him. Nothing.
No, neither have I.
Is he out at Ferries? Is he still?
Yeah.
Out? Okay.
Yeah. So just judging on what I've heard, we've had a pretty good run with Joe.
Okay.
Now the bar's set very high with the Jet Lawrence.
Right.
Yeah. But you should see Joe Shimoda kind of grow into the series into a really solid rider.
Maybe a little less spice, but overall you think he's going to grow in it because he seems like a smart kid too.
Yeah, he's the long-term play. Like we've been, I don't think Jeff Ward or the team or myself, we just want him to get laps in, learn the experience. Like I always look at every other sport in the world, right? Like we go on analytics in baseball and, pitching or anything. He just needs to go get some race laps in.
Right.
And when he gets to 150 race laps in, he's going to be 10 times the athlete he is showing up to Tampa. Right.
Yeah.
And so our success will be dictated on how quick we get those 150 laps in. If you looked at it like that. Right.
Right. Okay. So 10 rounds, 15 minutes. Yeah, that's what you need is just your 150.
Yeah. We'd love to get those 10 rounds in and then give him another off season. And then you see him elevate to another level. Right.
Nice.
Now, could I be surprised? Could he be top? Could he be a podium threat? Yeah, if everything lines up perfect, But at the same time, we're not no expectation. Go get your laps in. Go get your experience. Put that in the bank, and then you go for year 2 with, hey, I need to elevate. I know what it takes to elevate. I know what I want to achieve when I'm out at the test track.
Nice.
Right?
And he has a second year on his deal, right? That's what I
Yeah.
Okay.
Not worried about him.
So then he, again, is safe where some of these guys come in with a 1-year prove-it deal, and I'm like, oh, my God.
I'll never do it.
Who made that deal happen? What in the world?
Yeah, stupid.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
No. Man, think about you when you're 16, 17 years of age. Hey, by the way, you got 1 year to prove it in front of 60,000 fans every weekend. Hey,
and against Shane McElrath and Jeremy Martin and RJ Hampshire, which, again, I'll say it right now because we're going to do our East preview a little bit next week.
Mm-hmm.
RJ is my sneaky pick to win the East. And I know he's your guy, so I'm not kissing your ass. Trust me, I would not do that.
No.
But
you'd rip on me.
I would. RJ, honestly, he's my sneaky pick. And I just think his riding style, that bike, his program, everything is just, I feel all the pieces are coming together for him. And I feel like he's always been close, but just nothing's been glued. He's my sneaky pick. I'm probably going to go Sexton with the repeat. But RJ, I think, is his biggest competitor for the title. That's my pick right now.
Super educated pick. If you look at everyone who's changed their programs or say, hey, I've had the best offseason ever, blah, 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 right? RJ bought a house in Claremont. He's with Alden every day. He's reinvested to be in that program, right? He's taken what was already a podium guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's reinvested.
It's a good starter.
He's dropped a heap of weight. I mean, you can ask Cooper Webb. Cooper feels super confident on RJ, and so do I. So, if out of all the guys to say, hey, who's made changes this offseason? Who's going to make the next step? RJ's done everything right.
Yeah, I've heard that from multiple people too. Not from Cooper, though. I don't listen to one thing he says. That dude can't say one thing serious to me. It's just shit talking nonstop, literally not one word other than negative stuff from him. So
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's about right. All right, can we go to Oakland?
Yeah, what about it?
All right, let's start with Heat 1, 250. Faulkner and Mosman. Did you like it?
I was laughing. I was entertained. Like the front end wheelie taking him all the way to the outside. That was ridiculous.
Dude, nose wheelied him all the way, almost off the first turn.
Yeah. I mean, okay. It's a heat race, guys. $5,000 bonus. Go get it.
Dude, Mosman is an hour from home, bro. He's got the friends and family. He's from the Bay Area. You know he's going to go in and at least take a shot at it. I mean, I think for him it wasn't the money as much as it was like mom and dad, aunt and uncle, the cousins are here. I'm hitting Faulkner. And I liked it. I just like the fact that I like when anyone below their spot in the pecking order goes after someone above them in the pecking order. I just love that.
For sure. Like if I represented Mosman, I'd be like, oh yeah, go put it in on these guys.
On Cooper and Ferrandis and Faulkner. Like if you get a chance, go at them. Like you have to
go at them. You got to learn it. You got to prove to yourself you belong there. So I get it. Do I necessarily believe it's your shots to take in heat races? It's a low percentage play.
Right.
I'd rather do it while there are points on the board. Just get your qualifying spot. Like that's the voice of reason, right?
And if you're gonna do it, get him. Like don't just kind of get in there. Get him.
I know. He could have lined him up a couple of times. But
I know.
Actually, Shimoda and Jeff Ward came over last night and watched the race. I didn't go to the race. And I was like laughing because I'm like, hit him. But then you see Mosman take off his helmet and I'm like, same guy? What?
Yeah.
Like fast facts.
Yeah. Fun facts. Fun facts.
So yeah, like voice of reason would be like, hey, just get a good gate pick for the main. Take your shots there. Don't pull any. You know what I mean? You don't want retaliation over a pass from a heat race in the main where it counts.
Well, and right? Faulkner didn't like it either. They were both a little spicy coming off the track. They both gave each other the look of, hey, what the hell? And they were both like saying the same thing.
NBC Sports managed to miss all that because I'm like, dude, Faulkner's going to say something here.
And he did, and they caught it right after he rode by. But he rode by. Did
he say something to him?
I don't know if he said as much as he just gave him this look, like this little bit of a long stare, and kind of like gave him a look like, I see you, dude. Oh, we're watching it right now. And dude, Mosman could have sent him into the tower thing with the riders' names and numbers. Could have blasted him. And then Faulkner does the nose wheelie. And then how about this? So Mosman's going through the rhythm, and Faulkner doubles back to the inside. Pretty hard cross jump. That okay with you, or was that a little bit freaky?
More just like
defensive,
easy young kid,
Just like, hey, dude, no.
Yeah, like, dude, don't even go here.
Okay,
well, that's what I would would assume. Like, bro, let's see where this kid's at. You didn't pull it, Okay,
but now I got to put you in a hard spot though. Your Australian buddy, Lucas Clout,
Luke Clout. I'm a Lucas. He's
Luke.
Yeah,
you're a Lucas. Is he just a Luke?
Yeah, just a Luke.
Luke Clout gave J Coop the biz right over the berm. How about that one?
Ridiculous. It was a heat race, and it's to the points leader. I even text Luke like today, today he hit me up, and I was like, bro, like, or I sent it to him on Instagram. I can't remember, but yeah, no need. No need. J Coop made the clean pass, clearly the faster guy, and then you go nail him over a berm. No. Even if I represented, if that was Jet Lawrence on Justin Cooper, I'd be like, low percentage play, homie gonna punt you when you least want it.
Yeah, next chance.
There was nothing to gain. Justin was clearly the fastest guy. There was two guys further behind holding up on that train. He passed you clean, and then Justin took a fast race line, not expecting
he didn't think it was coming. No way.
No, and I spoke to Justin this morning, going he didn't know either. So he handled it like a true pro, like he is, and yeah, I just Luke will learn it. They come from Australia. I understand that it's banging. It's hard, tight racing there. Jacob was over there, so you got to make your moves quick and fast on the skatey track. So
right.
I get it, but it's a freaking heat race. Come on, it was a heat race. Again, no points are awarded. Get your gate position, and then take it all out in the main.
How about Clout's main event though? You happy with that?
I thought it was okay.
Dude, he's top 5. First one.
No, solid.
I mean, he had a little gift at the very end. Heart ref went down, but still, I thought that was Clout's best night overall.
Did Brandon go down?
I think he went down in the sand on the last lap.
No way.
Yeah, because he was 5th, and then I looked at the leaderboard and he was 8th, and someone said he went down in the sand.
Okay, I missed that. Yeah, great. If you want to be top 5, but call me a hard ass, you gotta be on the podium in this class.
I agree. Baby steps. So I think he's been pretty good though, just as far as figuring it out and getting faster, and at least making a name for himself. And then that goes back to that pass. So what do you do if you're clout and you're just trying to establish yourself? Do you just take? You get past and take it, or do you just fight back, even if it's the champ? I mean, I don't know. I'm torn on that one.
Okay, Daniel, are you looking for a ride, or are you looking to upset teams out there?
That's true. Maybe you got to look at the right team too, especially a team that's going to have openings next year. It might not be the right one.
Yeah, like I always kind of go with my clients or anything in life in general. If it's a low percentage play, the consequences suck. Right.
So you got to make sure that the team that you're taking out is full the next year, so it don't matter. Blast that guy.
You know, unless you were going to take the guy out and then go win the heat race, and the guy was holding you up,
or right? for a win or something.
Like I would understand, and you come off the track and you say, Mirtl, the guy was holding me up, and I need to get that win, get the number 1 pick.
Right?
Was it that situation? No. You know, so I like. You know, nothing bad against Luke. I super respect what he's doing. I super respect what Yariv and Penrite guys are doing. Love it. Support him any way I can. Just
not necessary.
We're just taking. It's just low percentage plays. That's all I can kind of really go.
All right, let's go high percentage play then. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ferrandis on Faulkner in the main, which again Ferrandis got booed. Decent again,
Oakland. But there's nothing in it. I'll jump in.
Okay.
There's nothing in that. Like
I know those boos were Anaheim 2 leftovers. That was not an Oakland boo from that pass. Some people are like, dude, why are they booing for that? He did nothing. That boo
I don't
was.
think the guys in the upper level knew what that pass even took place. They probably missed it, but then they're like, oh, it's Ferrandis. Boo.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying is that was people. Leftovers from A2. That was there's no way that was wrong, because that was a perfectly executed block pass for the lead. Perfect.
And it was a perfectly executed exit out of getting your front wheel washed out by Faulkner.
Right. And again, a guy who's on probation, there is a boundary that he can't cross. He didn't come near it. Not even near it.
No, not even close. Like, no way. Okay. No way.
Okay. So on that one, good then. What do you do if you're Faulkner, though? I mean, he seemed to take it a lot better than the Cooper one earlier in the year. He seemed to take this one differently. Is that because it was different, or because it was round 1, or because it wasn't Cooper? Like, Faulkner took this a lot differently.
Yeah, I don't think he knew there was. He pulled out of the turning down when he saw Faulkner was there, and then shot off the exit.
When Ferrandis was there. When Ferrandis was there,
Yeah, Ferrandis, sorry. So, yeah, no, fair bump, play on.
Okay, last one then, and then we'll get into something a little different. Webb on Roxon in the last corner. I see people online saying Webb is a punk.
What are people online saying?
That Webb's a punk. That was a punk move, and I'm like,
dude, Kenny said, dude, I would have done the same thing.
I don't even know what he did. What did he do?
Dude, it was there the whole time. Me, you, everyone who's ever watched it. I mean, any more than 12 months of Supercross saw that pass coming in there, right?
And I think the reason why anyone would be upset is because Roxon pulled his boot off after the race and was limping. That made everyone, that poured a little bit of gas on the fire. You know what I mean? I don't think there was anything wrong with what he did. That was a championship point. I said on the podium, that was a 4-point swing. 4-point championship swing right there. Webb had to do that. He didn't even do anything wrong, but I think with Kenny hurting his foot, that's what made everybody upset. Well, made some people upset.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if you wanted to make everyone happy, you'd sell ice cream down at the beach. I mean, yeah, I think Kenny should be, and Kenny's a good friend of mine. Kenny should be more mad how he gave up 3 seconds on the last lap.
What was that? Because, I mean, Webb was coming. He was charging. I thought it was over. I turned my head. Then all of a sudden the screen comes back on, and he's right on him with 2 corners to go. It was like, I mean, what the hell? Of all people, the Webb, too. I mean, talk about a thorn in your side. That's happened in multiple last corners in the last 2 years. With Cooper.
Yeah, like I said, there was bigger issues going on with Ken than that pass.
Mhm.
I mean, if any of my guys gave up that pass on that last lap, last corner, I mean, you're like you didn't get put down.
Right. Or to the ground and then get 5th or 6th.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So again, like, Jesus, I mean, what are you upset about?
All right. I'm gonna give you one more question before we go. 5 rounds into the championship, who do you think's gonna win this 450 thing? I mean, Kenny looks good. Eli looks good. They've kind of broken away speed-wise, but now Cooper's getting back in that convo. Anderson's kind of just sitting there quiet. Where are you leaning?
Question after Daytona.
That far?
Accurate.
Still that far? Come on.
Man. You at this stage in a long series, I still think don't drop a ton, don't risk it all. You're going to see whoever kind of rattles off a couple wins in a row come after Daytona is generally what I look at. You know, and a lot of people, and I learned that off some of the best in the business, like this series really doesn't start until after Daytona.
That's what Ricky always said, and I actually talked to Ricky about that this weekend, and he said the reason why he thinks Daytona is the one is because that's also when people start to feel the fatigue of the travel, and it's not just racing anymore. Now you're managing just your sickness and travel and staying motivated, and you know what I mean? Like, there's more to it than just 5 rounds left or whatever.
If you're a shot in after Daytona, if you're 20 points back, now you're going to send it because now I need to win. Right now, you don't need to win. You need to be in that top 4, not giving up a lot, not giving up to, not going all out. At that point, if you're a shot, the boys will go.
Right.
Then. The boys will go.
Otherwise, you start settling in, you just start clicking your laps and you're kind of over it. But if you're in the hunt, then you dig in.
Yeah, right now, you do not want to give up 20.
Right.
If you're in 4th, that'll work. That will work. It's not over.
Okay. Still though, I need an answer. After 5, where are you sitting right now? You still got to answer.
Kenny or Webb?
Kenny or Webb?
Mm-hmm.
Joe has Webb. I have Kenny. I still think Kenny because of the starts.
I think San Diego's a big race for Cooper coming in.
2 sets of whoops in San Diego next week.
Yeah, is that an issue? Do we think that is? Daniel?
I mean, he was better this week, but it is. It's and here's the argument I made last week. Cooper's not bad in the whoops. He's good. He's one of the best in the world in them. But Kenny and Eli are freakishly good in them most of the time. You know what I mean? So it's not that he's so bad.
I give advantage if you want me to put my money in that I successfully lost today.
Yeah, you're already in 400. You want more? You want to go down more?
Probably. Look, you'd have to give advantage Kenny right now because he's been so consistent. I think the Triple Crown where he went 3-3 there, big statement.
I do too. And again, the reason is because of the starts. He nails almost every single one. And Webb's good in them, but this year he's been a little off on his starts.
No, yeah, we're waiting to see it. Like, he's been god awful.
Yeah, and for him, he's mid in that mid front group. Kenny's been like 1 almost every time. Yeah. So
that's what it takes to win. That not to jump subject, but when I look at outdoor titles and we're speaking to Hunter Lawrence right now, or certain guys to win an outdoor title, the guy who win the title will have the best start percentage.
Yeah, most of the time.
Right.
To that point,
want that start percentage.
To that point, how is Hunter?
Great.
He's good. Any Supercross this year or just outdoors?
To be determined.
Okay.
He's pretty good to go. Let's just see.
Okay.
We'll make the best decision on where he can win immediately at.
Okay, so so you're not going to get into Supercross just to squeeze a couple out.
Well, let me just say this, and everyone, and this needs to be said, and I've said it to certain team managers inquiring, and Hunter is every bit as fast as Jet, some bit faster in Supercross.
Really? Because I've never seen one straightaway of him on a Supercross track. I've no visual.
Okay, Hunter is every bit as good as Jet. Hunter's great in Supercross. Supercross, you crash on the test track Every time he's touched the dirt, he's got hurt. And I'm not defending it. He has just got hurt. And it's been heartbreaking. It's been tough for him to deal with emotionally and mentally moving forward. I've seen Jet. I've seen Christian. I've seen a lot of the boys have the same crash.
Nothing happens.
And nothing happens. I will get phone calls at 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning from his dad or the team. And it scares the shit out of me because I shouldn't ever be getting phone calls from team managers or parents at that time. And every time it's been, hey, Hunter's hurt. And you're like, no way. Wow. Sorry that language. You're
That's okay.
Like, no. And it legitimately is. So I have no issue. His path's going to be a lot different to Supercross and to his career. I have no doubt he's going to win a lot of titles and races and whatnot. You can never guarantee titles, but I can guarantee race wins. His is just going to be different from the Jet's. I think Jet has a very streamlined and persona, and, you know, things are just going to happen super quick for him. Don't ever count out Hunter as probably the biggest talent in this 250 class coming up. Look at the next 3 years. He hasn't raced the Supercross series. So if the 250 class over the next 3 years, from what I just told you, McElrath going up, Faulkner eventually going up, Ferranis going up, Sexton going up, I feel real comfortable with Hunter.
It's crazy. You got to look at it that way, right? I know you do more than anybody because you're looking at not only contracts but career decisions. But with him, he's going to have 4 years of eligibility the day he starts.
Yeah. So, and we all know what his ability is outdoors. And I'm saying the ability is the same in Supercross. And I'd be like, needs more work, or I'd be honest. No. We just got to get him healthy.
Right.
Every time he's touched the deck, he's got hurt. If he had a successful off season and we were coming into Tampa in 2 weeks where we should be, I'd be saying, RJ's your sleeper. I didn't even call RJ a sleeper. I say he's a title favorite. And then I would say, look for Hunter to grab a couple of overalls.
Okay. But obviously, we're not ready to go there. So if he gets in, it'll be late. Yeah, look, it'll be a discussion between Johnny O'Mara, the team, the family, myself, and just to see, where he's at. I know the level he's at before he got hurt, and he very well could come back in. Now, what's the high percentage play here? Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's good having you on, Mirtl. Sorry you lost $400, but it's what you get.
No, you only bet money you're prepared to lose, Daniel.
Yeah, that's right. You're going to be in San Diego, obviously?
Mm-hmm.
And what about East? You going to Tampa?
Yeah, every round East.
Are you going to after party with us in San Diego?
No.
Why?
I didn't do that unless you want to come back to the house and have a couple of drinks like gentlemen.
How far is the house? How far is the house from San Diego?
We're in Irvine. I'm in Irvine.
Oh, I'm not going to Irvine. My wife's going this weekend, and my brother's going. And my buddy Eric Nye's going, and all the wives are going.
If you tell me Main Event were playing a show afterwards, I'd probably be in.
That's not happening. All right, well we'll have a couple gentlemen drinks on the East Coast when we get back there. We'll celebrate an RJ win because I'm calling some, and I know you are. So
we should see it. We'll see.
All right. Well, thanks, Mirtl. I'll see you this weekend.
All right. Thanks so much, guys.
Later.
Have a good night. Bye.
Main Event Moto.
If you're a true Motohead, then motosport.com is your only choice when it comes to OEM or aftermarket parts for your bike. And when it comes to servicing your bike or giving it the punch you need to perform, it's EMT Racing. With motosport.com, you can get everything you need for your bike with great pricing and ridiculous speed on shipping. And with EMT, it's simple. Take your bike to the experts.
2020 is the year EMT takes over the performance world. If you don't know, now you know.
Your Bat Bros choose motosport.com and EMT Racing, and you should too. Motoheads, do you want to stand out on and off the track? Make sure to check out Viral Moto for your jersey lettering and apparel needs. That's viralmoto.com.
Because having a blank jersey is about as bad as Vincent's golf game.
And when it's time to get a screen printing project done for your business or personal use, you have one choice. It's screenprintingdone.com.
Neil is the man. You know those Main Event Moto sweatshirts you're wearing? Yeah, Neil at Screen Printing Done did those.
You know that sick new Viral Moto shirt you're wearing? Yeah, Neil did those too.
We like to look good. That's why we choose Viral Moto and ScreenPrintingDone.com.
All-American Chevrolet in Killeen, Texas is a proud supporter of Main Event Moto and invites all the Motoheads to experience the difference for all of your Chevy sales and service needs. Mention Main Event Moto and get 50% off your next oil change and a front-end alignment at no charge. Remember, whether you're hauling your bikes to the weekend track, trail, or race, or commuting to the job that pays for your moto habit, we have the truck to get you there in style. Visit us online anytime at ChevyKilleen.com. That's All American Chevrolet of Killeen. Chevy, find new roads.
Main Event Moto Podcast.
What'd you think of Mirtl?
Cool dude, man.
He's a really good dude. I've got to know him a little bit more and more as the year has gone on. And I can't believe he said Ari Gold. He's not Ari Gold, dude. He's way more of like your manager agent. Like he cares more about these guys. Like, you know the old stigma about agents, right? They only call you when it's time to sign a deal and get you your money so they can get their money. And he's like the exact opposite of that. So when he said Ari Gold, I chuckled inside.
Well, you were a big Entourage fan. Ari cared about his boys.
Yeah, I mean, he did, but Ari was also psychotic. And Mirtl's not psychotic. Mirtl is very...
I don't know. He sounded like a psychopath.
He's not. He's pretty cool. I didn't want to push back too hard on the Jet Lawrence stuff. I know I'm right, but whatever. Anyways, I want to give a huge shout out to Fly Racing. The spring gear is coming out at Daytona. Guess who's getting some?
Who?
Me.
Nice.
You know why?
I thought you were going to say me.
No, not you. Me, because I'm racing Salt Lake City.
Oh, that's right.
It's official.
Yeah.
The wife gave the okay. I talked to the Gas Monkey AJE guys.
That's ridiculous. I got to have a talk with Maggie.
Why?
Because she straight up said on the main show that the divorce papers would be signed if you ever jumped on a bike again.
She's completely full of it. She acts tough. I think she's excited about it.
I'm going to have to have her on again and just
She said she would come on again, but next time you have her on, don't talk about me so much, man.
I don't want to.
I listened back and I'm like, dude, get off.
The people kept wanting it. I don't want to talk about you, believe me.
All right. Well, neither does she. So next time you have her on, talk about her life.
That's
what she goes through as a mother of two psychopaths. Speaking of psychopath, Elena, my daughter, my 6-year-old, just got a Stasic. You know what a Stasic is?
No.
It's STACYC. It's the little electric, like, they look like the little Striders, but they're bigger, and they have the electric motors. They're incredible. She's been whining and crying about getting a bike. She wants to ride too, which I think is the cutest thing ever. And I didn't want to get her a P-Dub because I just didn't want to. So I hit up the guys at Stasic and was like, dude, my daughter wants one, whatever. And let's just say she's a factory rider, bro. She's factory Stasic. And we're putting it together tonight, and she's going to ride it tomorrow for the first time. So
nice.
She's,
can you jump on that thing?
Sorta.
Yeah.
Like, you can putt around on it. I mean, you can't I can't do work
Go
on
hard,
it.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, so Fly's got the new gear coming out, and I hit up Jason Thomas, and I said, yo, you want me in the gear I have now or the new spring gear? He's like, bro, like, what do you think? Like, of course, if we're going to have new stuff, you wear new stuff.
Hell
like,
yeah.
Are you stupid? And I just wanted to, it was my nice way of asking for another set of gear.
Salt Lake City.
Oh, yeah, by the way, why didn't you go to Oakland? I thought, Oakland was on the schedule for you.
Oakland was on the schedule,
Yeah,
dude.
what
I was
happened?
actually bummed I didn't get to go. We had some family stuff during the day that kept me from hitting you up for it. I was totally planning on going, and then like 3 days before it just
And what's
fell
up with
out.
Nick? Is Nick okay?
Nick's great. Nick was at a wedding all day Saturday
His Twitter was weird today.
because he was asking about the songs and stuff.
Yeah, what? Is he just joking?
I think that was his chick wanting to know because they were at the wedding and she wanted to know what Jennifer Lopez was performing.
Yeah, all he's been asking all day on Twitter is like what songs were being performed at halftime.
I know.
And I was like, are you messing with people or are you serious? And
no, he's a big Shakira J-Lo fan.
No, he's not. By the way, yes, my brother is going to San Diego next weekend. The goal is I want to get him into the pits and get a photo. I don't know which rider. If we could get him a photo with one rider. Bogle's not there no more, so that sucks because that was my plan originally. I wanted to get him a photo with Bogle.
Yeah.
Savati's not there. Marvin's not there.
Yeah.
Everybody my brother goes at is gone.
What about Freezy?
I don't want to do that. I feel weird about that one.
Why?
Because Vincent's rude, like really rude about that one, and I like
is.
him now. Like he's earned my respect, and I just don't want to like, hey, not sure if you've heard, because maybe Freezy hasn't heard anything, and if he hasn't, then I don't want him to be like, wait, what is this about? And then go and like,
so why is this such a big deal?
Yeah, so Tomac? Hey, me and Eli are cool now, bro. We're full-blown homies in the tunnel before the race, talking. He smiles at me. It's like we're buddies now. So maybe a photo of Vincent and Eli?
Yeah, that could work.
All right, I'm going to make it happen. And then, we're after partying hard, dude. The wives snuck into the trip somehow. All of a sudden, they're all talking. Jacob Hayes' girlfriend's coming in now. Eric Nye's got his, boys trip turned into, all of a sudden, all the wives are there. And
turned into one of those lame bachelorette parties that the kids do these days because they don't.
Is that like a millennial thing?
I guess it is because they don't. I don't know what it is about. It seems like they don't trust their partner, so they go have a group bachelorette party to make sure nobody does anything
I've
bad.
only puked drinking 3 times in my life. All 3 were with Eric Nye. So maybe Maggie knew
you got to go 4 for 4.
No, I'm not going to go that hard. Not that hard. I got to do the show on Sunday. But Vincent will be on the show with us on Sunday. So for those of you Vincent fans.
This is what you do at the Night of the Pits. One of the Warriors podcasts I follow, they do this. When they go to the Warrior games, if the podcast sees anybody in one of their shirts, they buy them a beer.
What?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
You see somebody in a Main Event Moto hoodie, you buy them a beer. Have Vincent do it.
No way, because now they're all going to wear it, and they're all going to come looking for me, and I'm going to be broke.
They're not going to be looking for you. They're looking for Vince. If they got to find,
Vincent won't.
they got to
He's the
find
cheapest
Vinny.
person in the world. He won't do it.
I mean, we would reimburse him, but
No, we wouldn't.
Okay. All right.
I like the idea.
If I was
It's not
there,
happening.
if I was there, we'd hook it up. But
Yeah, but you wouldn't be there.
you're on some other shit.
Let's do our Scott USA prospect
Sorry, Motoheads.
listener questions. A bunch of them. And again, if we don't pick yours, I'm super sorry, but there's 100 and something of them, 170 of them or something. And I scroll through and I just grab some that sound different than other stuff. So I apologize if you don't get picked. I really apologize. But these are the ones that we got this week. So let it rip.
Ryan Robars 522. The booze last night were hilarious.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I think you were totally right. They're leftover from Anaheim.
But are they hilarious?
No.
Are you over it? Because I see people online going,
I think his point is
screw
they're
Ferrandis, that's what he gets
I think
still.
his point is they're hilarious in an eye roll way. They're hilarious because you guys are dumb for booing.
Is that what you think?
I think that's what he means by hilarious.
Do you think the boo? I mean, we knew this was going to drag on for a while, but are you
Oh, I think the boos are corny as hell. Yeah, it's over. It's long gone. I have way more important things to worry about in my life.
it's 2 weeks later?
Yeah.
Glendale forgot about it, kind of, but Oakland let him have it. And it's weird because people don't like Faulkner either. It's if you don't like Faulkner, and then Ferrandis hits Faulkner, and you boo him, you're caught in a predicament.
Yeah, it's wanting the Chiefs and the 49ers to lose today, like I did.
Hoping lightning strikes the field.
Boo the whole time. It's just no matter who scores.
And there's the kickoff. Boo! All right, next one.
Halo 435. Okay, I'm on the train. Start outside with the privateers. That's 3 weeks in a row. One of the factory bikes have almost pulled a whole shot from the outside.
It's more than that. We got Jet Lawrence in St. Louis. I think Drake pulled one in St. Louis, maybe in his heat. Cooper did 2 of them in Glendale. Who did one this week? Cooper again? That he said?
Don't put me on the spot. No, he didn't say.
I mean, yes, it's straight science. If you are on a factory bike, start on the outside with the privateers. You're all alone. You just sweep on in. It literally works almost every single time. It only doesn't work if 2 of them are out there. Then it gets weird. But, I mean, Joey Savacci at Glendale a couple years ago, whole shot the main or something like that, from the far outside gate all by himself, and it was I saw it coming. Even Osborne did it at the Triple Crown last week, maybe twice. Actually, I think he went into the tough blocks and crashed. But, yes, it's science. So, if you're a Factory 250 rider listening to this show, I know you all do, start on the far outside with Mackler and Carnow and the guys that are on bikes that have 10 horsepower less than you. You will be all alone in the first corner. It's science. Next one.
Dr. Papa, Eli is 3 points down after Oakland. Eli was 3 points down after Oakland last year. Eli has 30 more points after Oakland than he did last year. Eli should be scary to everybody else right about now.
This is his best opening 5. And I think it was Jason Thomas on his podcast that said before Anaheim, Eli's January is always bad compared to the rest of the year. If you look at his year in Supercross, January is a sore thumb every single year. So for him to be looking like this with 2 wins, second in points in January, if you want to play the math game, that is very scary. But Kenny looks scary too. And then Webb, I think the scary stuff from him is starting now. So, Eli maybe he might have picked the wrong year to figure it all out, because Kenny's figuring it all out too. And don't let this third place finish fool you. Kenny's good to go. Like, he's good. His foot's swollen. He'll be fine. Don't be surprised if Roczen wins San Diego. He's actually my pick. I'll say it now. Oh, and by the way, I picked Tomac on Race Day Live to win.
Oakland?
Yeah, I actually on Race Day Live picked Tomac 1, Webb 2, but I think I had Cincerillo 3rd instead of Roczen. So I did get the 1-2. So I'm getting better. Roczen wins next week.
30+2. The crowds are getting confused about what good racing is versus dirty racing. Seems like less and less people who watch have ever been on a bike and been in a battle to win a race, let alone on the pro level. What do you guys think?
It's true. It's different. It's different when you've been there at all different levels too. You know what I mean? If you've raced pro, if you've raced Supercross, if you've been top 5 Supercross, if you're a winner, there's all these different levels of your understanding, and I don't think that the fans truly understand like their point of view is all the way, if that makes sense. Even Faulkner gets a lot of weird heat for the way he kind of thinks about things and looks at things a little bit, but you're not really putting yourself in his shoes all the way. You're not understanding his thought process and what goes on with him and his team. There is a little bit of a disconnect sometimes in the reality. I'll just say that. Next one.
Tim_R_White. This question is for producer Joe Gallo. Which NBA player is Dylan Ferrandis most like? I'm going to say Draymond Green.
Why is that?
Draymond plays with heart. You know, Dylan's got heart. People think Draymond's a dirty player, but he's not a dirty player. But
he can be dirty at times-ish.
Draymond, if he's not on your team, you hate him. But if he's on your team, you like him. That's my reasoning.
So Draymond Green.
Draymond
Ferrandis.
Draymond Ferrandis.
There it is. All right, next one.
JC511, is Kenny a little beta bitch after Oakland?
Wow.
Gets passed by Tomac twice and lets Webb punk him again in the last corner. I thought he was German, not French. JC511.
Oh my gosh. That last line had to do it. He had to do that, right? He had to go there. It was all okay.
That was the punt.
Actually, you know what? You know what he just did? In commentating, he just nailed it. You're supposed to start with a strong opening line and close strong, and then you kind of have some supporting facts. No, that's what I've been learning right now. In fact, I got my notes from my TV coach today, and he said, hey, great job, but you laid an egg a couple times, and he gave me some details on how I did that. You're supposed to come out with a headline, like when someone sends it to you, throws it to you, boom, big headline, you draw attention. Then you support your headline, and then you wrap it all up with a nice, big, solid bow on it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He did that. He calls Kenny, what did he say? What did he call him?
So let's role play it. You throw it to me. I'll be you. You be whoever's throwing it to me.
All right, I'll be Ralph. And now we'll go down to Joe with more on Ken Roczen.
Thank you, Daniel. Is Kenny a little beta bitch after Oakland?
Wow, strong. Okay, support it now.
He gets passed by Tomac twice and lets Webb punk him again in the last corner.
Still supporting.
I thought he was German, not French.
Wow.
Back to you, Ralph.
Dude, straight up. That was the perfect way to give a sideline report or a pit report.
Nice work, JC511.
I'd give him a gift card, but I think he's got one before, right?
I think he has. I could be wrong.
And if not, sorry, bro.
Sorry, buddy.
But that was good.
Let us know if you haven't. We'll put you back in the rotation.
All right, next one.
3Monkey 250F. Title is going down to Webb, Roczen, and Tomac. Yep. Yes, Anderson is consistent, but he's still not gaining post on Tomac or Roczen.
Who was that?
3Monkey 250F.
Gift card him. You know why? Because that's exactly what I think. And if you can somehow in the listener questions predict what I'm going to think 100% on the dot, you get a card. Sorry, JC411. You were close.
JC511.
511. That was entertaining. But no, give the monkey guy the card.
All right. 3Monkey 250F.
Speaking of monkey, too, my boy Jacob Hayes, he was supposed to be here with us tonight. You notice there's this chair here and he's not in it?
Yeah.
He's grounded. That was last night. Sucked. That was pathetic.
Looked good in the heat.
No, he didn't.
All right.
We had a talk
Well.
before the heat, and I said, "Look, you've been solid. Solid is not cutting it, though. We need more than that. We need a breakout ride, and you don't just go for it every time. You go for it when the opportunity's there. Come around the first corner, and if you're kind of buried, well, fight your way in, put your laps in, and be solid, whatever. But if you come around the first corner and you've got your opportunity, dude, let it go. You've got to do something more than just be solid.
So you're mad because he shouldn't have been in the position to get caught up in that pile-up.
That too, because he should have shut Ferrandis down halfway down the start, and then he would have came out second instead of like 8th. And in the heat, he was second behind Mosman, and there was your opportunity. Dude, throw it in on him. Go for it. Like Mirtl would tell me I'm completely wrong right now.
That's a low percentage move.
But if you're Hayes right now, you have to show that you're more than just solid. He's proven that. He's solid. He's 6th in points. He's a privateer. He's 6th in points. It's badass. Need more, and he had a shot at it, and I'm pissed. That's why he's not here. He's grounded. What?
I was just going to say, it seems like that he has tried to turn over a new leaf.
I know he has, and that's the problem.
And not be his old reputation.
Yeah, he used to slay dragons, dude.
Yeah.
And now, I don't know.
Jakey, don't be afraid to be getting some booze, son. It's all good.
Oh, he'll get some booze. He can't even go in the city of Reno, dude, from what happened last year in Arena Cross. He's not even allowed in the city limits. Oh, and it reminded me on him. I just remembered. Our boys Viral Moto.
Hell yeah.
Viral_Moto. You know our boy Neil at screenprintingdone.com.
Of course. Shout out to Neil. What's up, Neil?
They collabed with Jacob, and Jacob is actually going to release a Jacob Hayes signature t-shirt, and Viral Moto is going to be the ones doing it. So everybody, you got to help me out here. Buy the shirt so homeboy can make some money and get out of my house. I want to kick him out. He left his underwear 2 weeks ago on my countertop.
Oh, hell no.
This week, I caught him cheating on my daughter's homework, giving her all the answers. She wasn't even doing them. She was just asking him, and he was just giving her the answers on all of her math homework.
A bad roommate.
No, he needs out, but he needs cash, and he's part of this deal. So go to Viral_Moto and get the shirt. I think we're going to launch it tomorrow. I think we're going to do 3 weeks. I think we're going to do a 3-week run of it pre-sale, kind of the way we do our shirts, where you pre-order, and it's cool because it's custom signature shirt, his new logo that he's launching, and Viral_Moto, our sponsor, is the one doing it with him. They've been working on it for about a week, so help me out. Get this guy out of my house. All right, next one.
Jake Kaiser 381. Why did Forkner's cross jump on Mosman in the heat not get looked at? That's 100 times worse and more dangerous than the Ferrandis move. I believe Freese was put on probation for that before.
Damn it. I said that too.
That
was dead on. Who is that?
Jake Kaiser 381.
Put his name down for a gift card. We might have to flip a coin now. Sorry, monkey guy, but that's exactly what I said too. Dude, I'm going to hire these two guys for help me with my notes. Study up for the weekend. Give me some pointers for my job. We think alike. I don't think it was that. I mean, it was defensive. They were battling for the win. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like it was the Freese-ish way where slow motion crossing when you're kind of just getting. He don't even do that anymore. I thought it was, dude. It was two dudes that were getting a little mad at each other, and I thought it was cool. I don't know. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. You know how I feel about that kind of shit.
I know you love it, but are we both wrong? Because I know you love it more than anybody.
There's no way in hell the two of us could be wrong. Ever.
That's true. So cross his name off. No gift card. Monkey guy, you still got it.
Monkey still in the lead.
Yeah,
sorry, Jake Kaiser 381.
All right, next one.
Mad Moto Cross. Tomac is going to check out and win more races back-to-back while Ken Roczen stays steady second and will capitalize on mistakes from Tomac. At Daniel Blair 125 will get smoked by Danger Boy Deegan in Salt Lake City.
No way. I watched the 85 class today just to kind of monitor what's going on in that class. And we're good, dude. I'll handle Danger Boy. It's not even going to be close. I'm going to be on a ripping 250. I'm going to actually get in shape. I'm even starting to lose a little bit of weight, thanks to Ricky, because last week Cooper and Chad both said Ricky is lighter than me. It's not true, but I'll guarantee it now because I'm doing work.
What work you doing, Poppy?
I got some dumbbells in the living room. I'm doing push-ups and sit-ups, and I'm cutting back on the amount of times I eat fast food a week. Not all the way out. Just out a little bit. like one less time a day. Speaking of today, futures too. You know the story of Tiger Lacey, right? Told you before.
Yeah.
One of my best friends passed away a few years back. When he passed away, he had a son who was a year and a half old, I think. Just a little guy. And I'd never met him. And this week, he was down from Oregon. He's racing. He's a little 6-year-old now. And I was able to go out to the track and meet him for the first time and have him and Evan playing and hanging out in the dirt and whatever. And I'm looking at these two kids going, man, like, I don't know, I haven't gotten watery eyes in a long time, dude. And I'm just looking at this little mini Tiger Lacey kid. He's just like his dad. And then him and Evan are playing. I'm just like, you know, I did the old look up at the sky, and I was like, I got you, Tiger. Like, I'm here with the boys. But I don't know, it was just a weird thing. And then he raced today. He raced futures. It was his first one. So his name's Lynx, just a little 6-year-old, and it's Tiger's son. And yeah, met him for the first time this week, and I got the feels bad.
I bet,
on
man.
Wednesday, dude. It was weird. I actually was nervous pulling up. They were already there riding, and I was pulling up, and I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Tiger was like my best friend, man. I mean, I got his number tattooed on my arm. I mean, I think about him all the time, and dude, it was really, really rad, but like, ooh, like a little weird. I actually was like nervous driving up the road.
I bet. I'd be a little nervous too. I could understand that.
So
shameless plug too. We go into great detail about the Tiger story on the main show.
yeah, and it was okay. Moving
This is
on.
good
Next
stuff. DeVries 211. Some say Faulkner is still giving his podium speech. I'm sorry, I didn't pre-read this one. Some say Faulkner is still giving his podium speech.
Some say.
Do you think people just enjoy talking to DB on the podium? I'll take this one. Yes, they do. He's a very good conversationalist. He's engaging.
I have an inviting face.
He's a handsome man, and when he stares at you in the eye like he's looking at me right now in the eye and it's getting uncomfortable, you just get lost in him. That's what happens.
Now I'm like looking you right in the eyeball. I'm not even blinking.
Now I'm having
Is
to
that
look
weird
away.
that I haven't blinked?
Hell yeah,
in
it's
about
weird.
a minute.
Hell yeah, it's weird.
Still looking.
Stop
Look up.
it.
Look
No,
up.
I
Look
refuse.
up.
I'm staring
Look
at
up.
my phone.
Just real
No.
quick. Next one.
Send it or
Damn
end
it, Faulkner.
Some say he's still up there on that stage.
Some say. Next one.
Send it or end it 41.99. When the riders are walking the track, other than different lines, what's something else they are looking for? Also wondering why, before the gate drops, a lot of riders are doing jumping jacks or riding the exercise bike in between motos. Wouldn't that take some energy out of riding? It just seems weird to me.
Yeah, these guys are so fit that that's not going to really burn them out. They do it more for keeping the blood flowing a little bit. Just don't go stale. You don't want to kind of stiffen up and tighten up. That's why those guys
warm.
staying warm. And then
Basketball players do it too.
yeah, and they have a routine. These guys know, like, they'll look at the clock and go, okay, we're 20 minutes out. I got to do this. They'll get back from a heat race and they will eat the same thing every week, like a granola bar or a certain shake. You know, you would be surprised. You shouldn't be surprised. But these guys at the top, they have a program that is so detailed that it's not just jumping jacks. I'm sure it's a certain amount, and I'm sure it's at the certain time. They have a routine of what to do with their body to get it ready to race.
Is it a little superstition too? They get into these like
It's probably that.
OCD superstitious routines.
Probably that, and I'd say nerves too. You get nervous, and like when you're sitting there, you're like fidgety. I noticed that today with Evan on the gate. He's just like me. Like, he can't stop grabbing his chest protector, his helmet strap, his gloves. He is like wiggling, dude, the entire time.
It seems like everybody's doing that on the line, though.
Yeah, you're just freaking out, and yeah, it's just everyone has a routine. But I would tell you right now that the exercise bike and that stuff,
yeah,
that's very deliberate. Those things are.
Well, I'm more curious
what did
about
he
the
say?
first question.
Oh yeah. So
when the riders are walking the track, other than different line, what's something else they're looking for?
Honestly, I think what they're doing more than anything is just looking at the obstacles. Yeah, I can hit that. Okay, I could 3 that. But if I go this side, it will go 3 on. But if I go over here, I really don't think they're even looking at race lines until they get out there after a qualifier or two. You know what I mean? And maybe kicking the soil around a little bit. But for the most part, it's obstacles. That's what they're looking at. They're wanting to know what they can do. And if there's anything special on the track that they can do. And then once they get out there, then they start looking at their segment times, trying to figure out exactly how I can be fast here or how I can be fast there or where I'm weak and where I'm strong. So, yeah, it's a good question, though.
Yeah.
You know what?
Uh-oh.
I hope I can remember. I was say I'll ask one of them next week.
Oh, I thought you were going to say gift card time.
No, Let's go into the monkey guy.
Sorry, send it. Ben Races, how do you think TLD feels about their year so far? I think the rebuild year is going pretty well.
I think they have to be pumped. I mean, you come into the season with a young team and a young roster. You've gotten 2 podiums out of Brandon Hartranft. Derek Drake is showing speed. He hasn't really put it all the way together yet, but if you're TLD and you're KTM, I think you're happy because where were the expectations? You know, what was the bar? And I think they've met it, and it's still early. The East Coast, I think, will be a little tougher for them. You have 2 rookies, very young, and both coming off of some offseason injuries. Moreau had a little injury, I think the first or second week of January. Brown had a little bit of an injury in December, so they haven't had the prep they've wanted. And I think the East Coast Series is a little bit tougher. So I think they're going to have a rougher go on the East. But Hartranft, he's carried the team on the West, and I have to imagine they're pretty happy with him.
B.Y. McChancy, best season in years for both classes. Worst season in years to have to read all the keyboard warriors. So over that shiz. Best season yet for main event moto. You guys are killing it. Lightning bolt emoji. Fist bump emoji. Lightning bolt emoji.
Is that good enough to take the card away from the monkey guy?
I don't know. I don't know if we should just give a gift card just because they're giving us props. Like,
I like props.
I like props too, but I don't know if.
But he hates keyboard warriors too, and I do too.
I know. So do I. I'm feeling this guy B.Y. McChancy, but I don't want to make it to where people know how to play us. You know.
It's true.
Yeah.
Maybe next week, whoever talks the most shit will get the gift card.
Keep
Maybe
them guessing.
not. Maybe. Are we going to do a purge soon?
Oh, yeah. When is that? April?
Atlanta or Detroit or
I think it might be. I thought it was Atlanta, but I could be wrong.
we should do it in the most.
Nick keeps track of the purge.
We got to keep it running with the most rugged town ever. I think we do Salt Lake City.
Oh, now you're talking.
No, he's right though. This is one of the best starts I think in Supercross, at least in the last decade. And I thought last year was great too, but Roxon's elevated his game. He looks as polished as he's ever been. Eli Tomac's got the best January that he's ever had. The storylines are there. Cooper Webb has had his struggles, but he's starting to find his groove. Anderson's back. Cincerello's your fastest qualifier 5 weeks out of 5. Yeah, 2020 has been an awesome start, I think. I mean, this is carrying over from last year. It's the same thing. Last year, every week, I could not wait to get there and see what was going to happen. It's the same right now. I mean, who's going to win this week, Joe?
Yeah.
Roxon? Tomac? Webb?
It better be Webb.
You better be Webb. I know you're counting on that championship. You're counting on that back-to-back. But you know what I mean? I really do think that this is one of the better seasons we've had, but it's just a carryover from last year. It's the same thing, but everyone seems better, and everybody's kind of settling in. We've had a little bit of an injury issue, couple guys, but for the most part, it stayed pretty thick at the top of the class.
Yeah.
So I'm super pumped so far.
Benson Brinson, the track builders are on fire. Very entertaining night from start to finish. Number 3 was on one. Webb is like a bull. When he sees red in front of him, he charges. What could Kenny have done differently?
Just wasn't his night. He was great. He got the whole shot, put down great laps, fought back the best he could. And
well, he could have not overjumped that last jump before the finish line.
Well, when it comes to the Webb pass at the end, yes.
He probably didn't expect such an aggressive.
I don't think he thought he could get to him. But but in general, just he had a shot at the win, and he just... I mean, that's what's happening right now with Roxon and Tomac. They're taking turns being the guy that night. I mean, don't forget, it was a week ago that Ken Roxon went 1-1-1 at Glendale and swept the Triple Crown with ease. And Eli he didn't have anything for him in a stadium that he's great in. And then you come to Oakland, where, I don't know if you look in history, it's been the KTM and Husqvarnas that have done well in that stadium and on that track. Last year was a KTM sweep there. And it's Eli Tomac out front. So these guys are just elevating and one-upping each other every single week. And while Cooper Webb is figuring things out, he's starting to get in that conversation. It's about to be a three-way battle between those three, I think. But to this point, it's just been who can elevate each weekend. And this was Eli Tomac's night in Oakland. Roxon had it in Glendale. Tomac had it in Anaheim too. Roxon had it in St. Louis. Do you see the pattern?
Mm-hmm.
They're just taking turns. That's what's happening. That's what happens when you have two guys who are riding at the top of their game pretty early in the damn season. And as far as the question about the tracks, think about this. The tracks have been a lot more technical this year. Roczen and Tomac came in around 1. Both looked odd. Both had bike issues. Remember they both said? Because I don't think they were prepared for the tracks to be this tight, this technical. And now that they've figured things out, everything's perfect on both bikes. I think they were caught off guard at Anaheim 1. And now that they've got things figured out and how the track's going to be this year, they're cleaned up, and now they're winning every week. That's what's happened.
Cannon Smith 18. Have they always allowed the photographers to use flash when shooting photos trackside? I noticed the flash during the show on TV, and I'm curious if the riders are distracted by the flash during the race.
I'm not sure if they are, but I'll tell you a funny story. The first time I ever went to Germany, I raced, I forget the team, but it was a Honda team, and it was in Chemnitz. And you come out of the start, do this corner, do a bowl turn, and then there's this like little double and then a triple into this tight berm. And in Germany, the berms aren't these big berms like Supercross. They're like these little wall berms that you just like rip around. They're sketchy. But you land off the triple, land right into the wall berm and just rip it. And I remember my very first lap, and I'd always heard that it was crazy over in Europe and the fans go nuts and the lasers and they have chainsaws and they're just crazy, right? I go over that triple in the first lap. I lead in my heat race. Go over it, and the flash bulbs go off right in front of my eyes, blind me, and I land and go right over the berm into the side of the wall, right where the grandstands were.
Oh, wee.
Just completely blinded me. I had no clue that was coming, and literally in the air, just and blinded by, like, it looked like 500, and this is back before the iPhone. It was camera. I don't know which brand it was. What's the old camera brand?
I don't know. What, Canon, Kodak? What?
I think it's Kodak is what I'm thinking, dude. Just 500 Kodaks go off in my eyeballs, dude. And I land and just rip it right through the berm into the wall.
Dang. Were you okay?
Yeah, no, it was fine. I got up and whatever, but I just was completely caught off guard, was not ready for that.
So are these guys distracted by flashes on the track?
I don't know. That's a good question. I've never even thought of that, and I don't.
Talk to Faulkner or Jay Coop about that next time. So
make a list of it
because they need things to talk about.
Okay, so I need to ask about what they do on track walk, and I also need to ask if the flash bulbs are getting them in a distraction.
Yeah.
All right, I'll ask.
Cheddarbug 67. Who was getting more loose?
Cheddar Bob.
Cheddar Bobs _ 67. Who was getting more loose? A-Ray in the LCQ or AC in the last 5 minutes of the main?
A-Ray at all times. I mean, A-Ray gets loose.
That LCQ was fun.
Actually, A-Ray doesn't get loose.
He
A-Ray
is loose.
Is loose. All right. But to be fair, A-Ray has made every single main this year, I think, but one. So give the guy some credit. We all talk trash, and the only reason we talk trash is because he's Alex and he's got a personality that allows it, because he's funny and he's loose and he's cool.
He can take it.
He can take it. He loves it. In fact, I think he likes it. But the truth is, the guy's killing it. He makes every single main. He's making every 450 main. That's hard to do. A-Ray's badass. That's the only nice thing I'm going to say about him. He's nuttier than squirrel turds. Y'all know that. And AC, the last 5 minutes, he just hasn't figured out these 20s yet. That's all. He'll get it. He's smart. He's motivated. He's got a good coach. He'll be fine. But the last 5 are getting him every week. Think about it. St. Louis. Think about it. Anaheim 1. He goes down. That was in the last 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure. St. Louis goes down on the last lap. Anaheim 2, 5 minutes, hit the anchor. Glendale wasn't the last 5 minutes, but it was the end of the night. And then this week too, kind of just a little bit of a fade at the end. I don't think he's that crazy speed he has. I don't think he's able to do that for the full 20 yet. It's coming though. He's smart. He'll figure it out.
Charlie Goodall. Luke Clout for a podium by the end of the season. He's shown glimpses of speed followed by stupid mistakes. That was a saucy pass on that little punk Justin Cooper over the berm in the heats.
Whoa.
Australian flag emoji, Australian flag emoji, Australian flag emoji.
See, I've been hearing the Faulkner's a little punk. I haven't heard Cooper's a little punk.
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody called Jay Coop a little punk.
Y'all hate everybody, man.
Hate.
You hate Ferrandis, you boo him. You hate Faulkner, he's a punk. Cooper's a punk. Who y'all like? You like anybody?
Webby.
No. People think he's a punk too. Bad. Someone told me today at Amateur Day they can't stand him.
No, I know he's a polarizing figure.
He is. You know what's funny about him? He's pretty light and loose, and like you go up to him, he's always kind of smirky, kind of smiling, shit talking, whatever. For 30 minutes after a race, the dude literally just is like,
no, he looks like he hates his life. I was just going to ask you my own personal Lister question is at the press conference, he looks like he hates his life. And I
don't know what it is other than it might just be a cool down period because he's not like that any other time ever. He's always smiley and funny, and like he'll walk over and just like has something to say. And he
looks absolutely miserable.
He's always bagging on Hayes too. Always comes over and he's like, "What's wrong with our boy, man? What's wrong with this guy?" And then Hayes will see us and he just shakes his head because he knows we're just ruining him. But no, he's a happy, nice dude. 30 minutes though after the race, the dude he can't even blink. You don't blink. And the funny thing is he hits Kenny, the leg is all whatever. We're all waiting to go in the press conference. We get in the elevator to go up, and they both come in at the exact same time, and then Eli sneaks in too. So in the elevator on the way up, super quiet and awkward. It's Cooper, Kenny standing right next to him,
it's
and
like
Eli
a scene
next
in
to
a
him.
movie.
It is, and they're all quiet, and I was like, "What's up, guys?"
Yeah, like the elevator music's playing, like do 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 do.
And they're all three there. And dude, Roxanne and Webb are literally like elbow to elbow, and no one will look at nobody.
Jeez, that's gotta be intense.
It was. If the camera panned around, you got Eli serious, Kenny serious, Cooper serious. Then you get to me, and I'm just smiling like what's up?
Yeah, like you guys ready for my questions?
Yeah, and then they get in there, and I think they're all pissed, man. But no, Cooper's got this thing. It's got to be a 30-minute thing, dude, because he literally don't blink and he don't look up, and he's just. It's almost like it must be like a decompress thing.
Yeah,
or something,
decompress.
because he's not like that any other time.
Warm down, kind of a thing. Cool down period.
Yeah. He's different that way. I even tried to talk crap to him because I had him on the podium, and I'm like, dirty rider, dirtbag, and he literally just went. And didn't even acknowledge it. And normally, dude, he's got something.
He's like in his head, maybe analyzing what happened or what took place. And it's interesting though that
he's way different.
Webby and Ferrandis are my boys, and like they're the most hated. Polarizing.
You like them punks, huh?
Sometimes, depending on the punk.
All right. Well, that guy. What did he say? Clout got a top 3.
Yeah.
Unless these 3 knuckleheads do something dumb, I think it's gonna be Cooper, Ferrandis, and Faulkner all the way out. And then maybe later in the year, Lawrence comes back. Maybe he's just freak show again. Craig will be back. But I'm gonna say straight up, no one's beating those 3 unless something happens to him. And then maybe Clout gets one, or Mosman, or Hart. I don't know. McAdoo looked good this week.
Yeah,
on that heat. So
McAdoo.
Maybe Clout looks good though. Next one.
Brand T Money. Why can't Ferrandis pass on the inside without pushing people off the track?
Because he's
just style, bro.
He don't wait. I mean, again, I'm not first in line for Ferrandis' autograph, but I like the dude. Like he's cool for the sport, man. And I know that y'all have your favorites, and y'all don't like certain things about certain guys. That's part of the game. I get it. For me, I can't get too involved with one guy as like my guy. I care more about the sport. You know what I mean? And
Jacob Hayes.
Except for Jacob Hayes, that's different. He's like, lives in my office. I mean, it's for free. Leaves his underwear on the counter. But at least in general, I can't be like, that's my guy. They're all my guy because they all support the sport's character base, I guess the word would be. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we know what you mean.
For this thing to be great, you need guys that are different, and Ferrandis is different in a good way. Y'all need to lay off of him. Like, you don't want no soft shit out there, especially with him. He makes it fun to watch. When he's behind someone, you're just wondering, like, what's coming, and that's cool. We want it that way. Unless, if he's out there hurting people, which, again, the Craig one was way over the top, but he doesn't have a track record of just slaying people. And don't send me that damn video again with him kicking people in Europe. I don't care. In American Supercross, he doesn't have a dirty track record. He's aggressive, and the Craig one was bad. But other than that, he's been awesome. He's fun to watch. And these 450 guys that he's sitting next to in the press conference, they're all looking over going, damn, that fool's coming. That fool's coming.
Yeah.
And he ain't nice. And that's awesome. Next one.
Cody, 975 Piscatelli.
What does Cody want?
Who will be the second best Honda rider this season? Hill, Brayton, or Mookie? Cody's actually coming through with a legit question.
That was a mature question.
Very mature.
Usually he's taking like these undercover digs at
Very
me.
mature, Cody. I'm proud of you.
Who do you got? Brayton's your solid pick.
Super solid.
Mookie, he's a little quiet this weekend, but he's sticking around. That was the plan. I said it, I think, at the Glendale show. I did an in-race hit. Malcolm said his number one goal this year is to be at all 17. That's more important to him than winning one. I mean, he wants to be at all 17, so I don't think he's taking unnecessary risk. That's a good thing. And all of a sudden, Hill's getting there, gets that heat race win. He looked good, and then he was fighting in that main.
He's getting dynamic this round.
Is that your word? Because I think that might be the perfect word.
Yeah.
He was fast, a little flashy. That heat race was great. The main, he was fighting back. Hill is coming into his own too, which again, this is a long series. I think these guys, we're going to have guys that have highs and lows at different times, and maybe Hill's starting his. San Diego, a couple of years ago, he won there in the 250 class. He had a great weekend to build off of. Let's keep an eye out for Hill this weekend.
So which one are you doing? Hill? Second best Honda rider this season? For the points,
I'll go Brayton. It's just a smart pick. Brayton's, the dude's a rock. We'll go Brayton for points.
I think you're right.
Next one.
I'm going to butcher this name, but it is what it is. Bertive LB. Can DB please stop?
Bertive LB. How do you spell it?
BERTIEVLB. Bertivable. Bertivable. Can DB please stop calling guys
like a convertible, but a bertivable?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
All right. Can I ask the question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can DB please stop calling guys like Jacob Hayes, Luke Clout, Mitchell Oldenburg, and so on privateers on Race Day Live? This would make everybody not racing for a factory team a privateer. A privateer was Dino a couple of years ago on his Yamaha.
A privateer is someone who doesn't have factory support, which means they don't get parts from the factory. They don't get their bikes from the factory. Jacob Hayes, I don't know about the Penrite guys, but I'm pretty sure they're in the same boat. In fact, they're almost the exact same boat. Twisted Development, I think it is, does the engines for both teams. I can tell you, I don't know about Penrite. I know about Hayes' team. They bought their bikes. They do not get them from Husky. Their suspension and their engine, you can buy right now. If you want to have Jacob Hayes' bike right now, I can literally give you the phone number for the suspension and the motor guy, and you can have the exact same bike. And if that is possible, you're not a factory rider. They're full privateers, and just because they're in a semi, that doesn't mean they're a factory rider. They're privateers. Now, Dino in his van, or DB and Stank Dog in the van, or Josh Greco, call them super privateers then. But the Penrite guys, and Hayes and Killian Auberson, that is a full privateer effort with zero support from the factory whatsoever. Zero.
Is that what Cooksey refers to as a journeyman privateer?
Journeyman is more like you've been a privateer forever and you're just still out there, out there, Josh Greco, Devin Raper, these guys that they're there every year, they do their thing, they're there.
Grinding it out.
That's a journeyman privateer, but no, Jacob Hayes' bike is probably about the same level of competitiveness as 3 or 4 guys today at amateur day. Because if you got the money, you could buy the exact same bike. So they're full privateers with zero support from the factory.
So the answer is no. DB won't stop calling them privateers.
I will. In fact, next week I'm going to call them that twice as much.
Uh-oh.
No, I won't do that.
All right, Poppy.
Like that, but
lightning round. We're going.
Sorry,
we're going long.
Sorry, convertible.
Jason Manuz 39. NBC Gold showed the crowd a lot in the beginning. A lot of empty seats. Thoughts?
Man, I never looked.
I think it's just Super Bowl weekend, man. There's just a lot of people doing a lot of things.
I mean, honestly, I don't even have a comment. I never even looked. That's weird. I normally do. I don't remember looking once. Actually, you know why I don't look? Because there's so many people that are from around here that when I'm kind of walking out there and whatever, I don't want to make eye contact or see anybody wave, and that's embarrassing. In fact, I didn't even want to go out there last night. What a dick. I never even looked one time at the crowd, so I don't even have an answer for you.
All right.
That's crazy that I didn't.
It is
I can't even remember back to what it looked like.
Lightning Poppy.
Next one, sorry.
Limited Jackie, will DB ever get a prediction right?
Yeah, I did last week on Race Day Live. I said Tomac and Webb 1-2. Is that lightning enough for you, Joe?
Boom. Nick Craze. Joe, what do you think of Mookie's Raiders helmet? I love it, dude. That was awesome.
Did you love it?
Oh, yeah. It's like, hell yeah. I don't know. Where'd that come from? Is he a Raider fan? I have no idea.
He's a Raider fan. Loves the Raiders.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Leland John 1, DB, you filled in for Geico Honda before. Will you get the call again? Hashtag transmissions. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he will.
They called me. I told them they had to offer me the full year deal, and I told them no.
It's got to be 4 sets of boots.
Yeah, 4 sets of boots. I'll give up the number. That's very funny. I think that was trying to get a gift card, and it's not going to work. It's going to the monkey guy.
Caveman Kevin, dude.
Oh, what is this?
I don't know what this is, buddy. Caveman Kevin, dude. Can NBC put up stats or points chase or something to look at during the commercial-free breaks? Man, those things are brutal.
Oh, I think he's talking about if you watch on Gold, there's no commercials. So it just goes to like an
It just sits there watching the track, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean,
put up stats or points chase or something. I like the idea. Put up something like stats or where we're at or something.
I got an idea. Give me a camera and a mic, and I'll go rolling through the pit. You guys know me. I'm a psychotic workaholic. I don't need a break. If they would do it, I would literally take a camera and I would go for a walk, and I would go chilling and go hunting down. I would do something fun if I could. But actually, no, I wouldn't do that. Don't recommend that. Never mind. I just realized that I value that time where I get to sit down for
everybody. Email in NBC
No. That was a bad idea.
gmail.com.
Sounded good at the time. It's a bad idea. Yeah, on TV right now on the screen is the 2016 St. Louis Supercross. And the reason I got surprised is because Jamie Little popped up. And I forgot that at certain races, this must be a network Fox one, they would bring Jamie Little in to host it. She'd be like the host and then send to the booth. And then Jenny Taft was still there. So I got a little surprised when she popped up on the screen of Supercross. It's been a while.
All right, baby boy. Last question.
Here we go.
This is the most important question of the night. Comes from Ba450, or maybe it's Ba450. How did you keep a straight face during Faulkner's interview?
Again, it was a conscious effort to stay still. That was my thought, Joe. You be Faulkner and just start talking about something right now. Why don't you grab that book and just start reading? And I put my arm out.
All right.
What book are you reading there?
All right. This is called Secret Empires.
Secret Empires. Okay. I got my mic out.
But there was one possible problem on the horizon in Washington. By 2016, another threat emerged to Wanickson's venture. The United Nations passed a resolution in March and strengthened it in November.
I'm trying to keep my
calling for sanctions against trade with North Korea, including a prohibition of the export of non-ferrous metals.
I wonder if they're looking at my nose or my
also,
chin.
in 2016, President Barack Obama followed suit when he issued an executive order declaring the companies were not allowed to operate in any industry.
Did I shave with a razor
in the North Korean economy, including transportation, mining, energy, or financial services.
And right about here,
companies
I'm like,
and individuals would face sanctions if they were found to have sold to
Is he done? Is he done, or is he
anything from North Korea, including metal?
Damn it, he's got more!
Copper, would
Damn it!
Expect big trouble.
My arm hurts.
The Korea Herald operated. The copper embargo is expected to deal a blow not only in the Pyongyang, but also some Chinese mining companies, an affiliate with China's.
I was pumped I didn't have Cooper this week.
The Obama administration went after another Chinese company instead.
All right, Joe, that's enough. Stop, my arm is sore. That's how it went. That's how it went. Oh, man. He had a lot to say, dude.
Good times.
He had a lot to say, and he said it twice. Before I go, I do have one last thing I want to announce, and I've been waiting, and I can finally do it, Joe. 95MC is now open. It's 95 Motorsports Complex up in Fernley, Nevada, 30 miles outside of Reno. Brand new motocross track opened up 2 weeks ago with a pre-grand opening, and this Saturday, I don't know how I'm going to say it. I guess February 9th, they're having a ride day up in Fernley. Look it up, 95MC_. That is the Instagram page for the track, and I played a big part in this track. I actually designed the track and helped bring out the crew to build it. It's a car racing facility that is turning into a motorcycle racing, UTV racing, supercross, car, everything. It's a huge motorsports complex, and I'm helping with it. And this Sunday, February 9th, They're having a ride day. It's the ride after the Arena Cross. You know the Arena Cross series that's going on right now?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to Reno this weekend. And it's Friday, Saturday night, and it's the Kicker Arena Cross Championship that I'm doing the TV for. Well, Sunday after the races, 95MC_ on Instagram. Check it out. And they had their pre-grand opening. And dude, I was so nervous because I designed the track. Like, it was just a bare field, right? I'm just like, oh my God. It's got a little bit of a hillside. I'm like, I got to make this cool. This is my first chance to build a track that's going to be open to the public. And I was super nervous. And 2 weeks ago, it opened. And it's literally, dude, like 99% approval rating. Everybody freaking loved it. And I was so relieved because I was terrified. I was literally on the phone with Sam. He's the owner of the property. And I'm like, dude, what are they thinking? Do they like it? Is it cool? What are they saying? And dude, everybody freaking loved it.
That's awesome.
And I am super relieved because I was scared that people were going to hate it and it's going to be my fault because they spent a lot of money building that track. So anyway, super pumped about that. 95MC_. And February 9th, head up there. I would if I could, but I'll be right here in the Cave of Bats with Vincent. And I'm trying to get Eric Nye to stay too because he's going to land an hour before us.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if that's going to happen.
Huh.
So I'm trying to make that happen. But anyway, good show, bro.
Good stuff, buddy.
I missed you.
I missed you.
Let's not do this again, this 2-week thing. This BS.
It's too long.
It was too long, but I'll see you next Sunday. Huge shout out to Fly Racing. Mika Metals, don't forget 30% off. Use the code MainEventMoto at MikaMetals.com. No Toil EMT Racing, viral_moto. Check them out. Remember, get that Jacob Hayes shirt. Olme Creations, dude. Yeah. Olme Creations, check them out on Instagram. Getting filthy.
Yeah.
Ridiculously filthy. And again, I got to hit my boy up, Cody. I haven't given him the sponsor list yet for Evan. I'm sorry. I've been slacking because I slack. Motosport.com. We got the gift card. What's his name again? Chicken Man? Or Monkey Man?
3Monkey250F.
Okay, Monkey Man. He gets the gift card. All American Chevy of Killeen. Actually, might be buying a van from them, Joe.
Nice.
Screenprintingdone.com. Neil, you're the man. Guts Racing. Use the code MainEventMoto to get 20% off at gutsracing.com. Scott USA, thank you guys so much. And of course, DRS Suspension with Race Tech, making Evan's bike plush as a mother. Can't say that. Show over.
Main Event Moto. Screw it. You know it by now.